A lot of pub having the chief here. We've asked a lot of people for their questions, and you guys have really given us some good questions. We had Gail, Anthony, and Amber all asking kind of similar questions on hiring, and if you were going to be hiring any of the deputies that have been laid off.
Well, it's not that simple. We have an academy class in school right now, and what a bunch of great young men and women. I don't know if you saw recently, they've adopted, every single one of them has adopted a military family that's been deployed to buy presents for their kids.
Oh,
and it was organized by a couple of the recruits who are also veterans, and it's just a marvelous thing. So just top-notch bunch. And we're putting another class on in 2012 that's from the list that came out from the last test we gave. So that'll be it for our hiring for a while. I certainly hope
How many spots do you have?
Well, right now we've got vacancies. We've got a class of 35 in right now. We hope to put another class of perhaps 40 on next year. We're running behind. We'll have, we're treating people. They're retiring. We won't be able to replace them all. But I got to give the city credit that it's hiring at all. An awful lot of big cities like ours are attriting or laying off, but they're not hiring anybody new. So the city is really extending itself to continue to hire some officers. So I'm pretty impressed by that.
Okay. All right, our next question comes from Terry. Talks a little bit about what you talked about, getting out there and interacting with the community. She wants to ask you, what kind of training do you give officers when they encounter someone who has autism, Down syndrome, or developmental delays, and how could we help you understand our child?
Well, we do a lot of training in the academy for dealing with people with various types of disabilities, mental and physical. We also have frequently, sadly, the social agency of first resort for the mentally ill right now is the criminal justice system.
Right.
From police all the way through courts and corrections. So our challenge when we encounter someone in crisis is to be able to size up that they're having issues and respond appropriately. And we have an entire program. It's called CIT, Crisis Intervention Training. Our goal is to get 40% of the police department trained in it. It's a program that's been around for about 15 years, started in Memphis, Tennessee, but it's a highly, it's the imparting of a set of specific skills that have to do with how to talk to people who are having developmental or mental health issues and are acting out. So
you got to recognize it because it looks like breaking the law in many cases.
Sure, and frequently it is breaking the law. Frequently it's violent behavior, or,
That's true.
Or just bizarre behavior, and of course people are frightened by it. And the challenge for the police is to take control, tend to everybody's safety, their own safety, as well as the safety of the individual. So they're volatile situations, but we've worked hard to give officers the tools they need to be able to interact and intervene in a safe and useful way.